Hello YouTube, it's that movie guy 777 here again to bring you another horror film review. Today's horror film review is a French horror film and is directed by Georges Franju. I know I didn't pronounce that right, so correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, it is directed by him and it came out in 1959, and that film I'm going to be reviewing for today is Eyes Without a Face. Eyes Without a Face follows the story of a mad doctor who is determined to find a new face for his daughter with the help of his assistant after she had gotten in a car accident and horribly scarred her face. She is kept a secret from society and is thought to be dead, but the doctor plans to take a face from another girl, and he does this by his assistant luring them into him so he can surgically remove their face. We also meet the doctor's daughter, Christiane, who is horribly depressed and miserably walks around the mansion she lives in without any connection with the outside world. However, there is still plenty of horror that occurs in Eyes Without a Face, and it totally lives up to the end of the film. Eyes Without a Face is truly a one-of-a-kind film, and this is definitely one of the rarest horror films that I've seen, and one of the greatest, and I have to say, this is recently one of my new favorite horror films of all time, and I am glad to say I've finally seen it. Everything has this French-style tone, but it is done in such a ghost-like and creepingly way with its surrounding and setting, and just the way the girl with the scarred face walks around is almost as if she's like a spirit, and she's like wandering around searching for how she used to live, and it is as if she's been dead since the beginning of the film, but she has to live with this horrible scar on her face. The highlight of this movie is definitely the surgery scenes, which contain some pretty gory and graphic scenes during its time in the early 1960s and the late 1950s. The acting in this film is also superb. Pierre Brasseur plays the mad scientist character unlike anything I've ever seen, and there's this really saddening scene in the beginning of the film with him and this other person, and it just adds so much brutality to his character. The soundtrack to this is also amazing, and it'll definitely get stuck into your head if you listen to it enough. Eyes Without a Face is definitely a masterpiece of horror, and there's really so much to love about this movie. The characters, the setting, the soundtrack, the gory scenes for its time, and just so much others, and I definitely recommend this movie if you haven't seen it already. And yeah, that was my review for it, and I'll see you all later for more.